Oh, so Motorola is getting serious now. I mean, they're launching some great phones. They have the Moto Buds, and now they've launched the Moto Pad 60 Pro, and they've launched the pretty stunning looking Moto Book 60. And yeah, this has got the Moto vibes. But what really surprised me is that this seems super value for money. I mean, this starts at rupees 62,000 with a bank discount, and we've got the same variant. And this just seems to bring killer specs at this price, something we don't really see in this price segment. So what is the catch? What is Motorola hiding? This is Rupesh, you're watching Sillycorns. You know where to find that subscribe button. Just hit it already. And time to go all Sherlock on the Moto Book 60. Okay, so like I said, full Moto vibes. I mean, this is available in Pantone curated colors we have loved on Moto phones. I mean, we have the Pantone Wedgwood version of the Book 60, which is, yes, straight from the H50 Pro, and I love it. I mean, every other laptop is available in white or black or, 50 shades of grey. So this is refreshing, and it's not just the color. So this has an aluminum build with a sandblasted finish, which is this fingerprints and smudges. You get the shiny Moto logo, and I like how the side has these curves. Yeah, this has got the premium looks, and this is a compact 14-inch laptop and a 16.9 millimeters of thickness and 1.39 kgs of weight. This is pretty sleek and lightweight. I like that this is military grade certified, so should handle some rough situations. And if you ask me honestly, this feels solidly built. I mean, the lid opens with one hand seamlessly, the rubber feet on the bottom keeps everything in place. There is some minor flex on the keyboard, and emphasis on minor because you don't really notice it when typing. Yep, this design is nice, but talking of killer specs at a killer price, you've got to check out this display. This has a 2.8K OLED panel, which in itself is crazy in this price segment. And add to that, it's 120Hz, and all of this makes it a fantastic display in this price segment. I mean, you see all the OLED traits, especially when watching content like deep blacks, rich colors, and at 500 nits, it's pretty bright. And if you're wondering, this has HDR support as well. Now, this display is a bit reflective, no matte display or anti-glare, but is it a big deal? You guys tell me. Plus, this is also a color accurate display. I mean, we checked, and this has 100% sRGB coverage, 100% DCI-P3, and 93% NTSC. So you can use it for things like photo editing. And yes, the 120Hz refresh rate does make things pretty smooth. Now, I know there are some Asus laptops with OLED displays in the same price range, but they have these older chipsets, and that's where the Moto Book 60 also looks like a solid deal. And this is available in both Core 5 and Core 7 variants, and the base version we have packs in the fairly new Core 5 210H, which is interesting because I've seen this in gaming laptops too at higher prices. You also get 16GB DDR5 RAM with dual channels and a 512GB Gen 4 SSD, which has some good speeds, as you can see. Now, what's interesting here is that there's not only 2 RAM slots, but also 2 SSD slots, so you can upgrade the RAM to 32GB and even the storage up to 1TB, and this is actually great. Now, coming back to the Core 5 210H, these are the benchmark scores, which are pretty solid for a laptop around 60K, and the day-to-day performance is mostly good. There's no problems with tons of Chrome tabs, multitasking with different apps open. It's all lag-free. Yes, I did encounter a little stutter at times in the settings app, but that seems more like a Windows bug more than anything else. We even tried some photo editing in Photoshop with multiple layers, and this handles it without any problems. Now, the GPU here is obviously the Intel integrated graphics, but I did try some CS2 to give you guys an idea. And we got an FPS of around 40 in medium settings at 1080p resolution. Anyway, the thermals also seem pretty good. You get one big fan, 2 heat pipes, and the fans only turn up when running benchmarks, and even then they don't get very loud, so no problems. Look, all of this is great, but like I said, with the phones, with the pad, now this laptop, Motorola now has a complete ecosystem. So what about the ecosystem features? Well, it turns out there's actually a lot of cool ecosystem features. I mean, it all works with Smart Connect, and you can just scan the QR code, pair the phone with the laptop, and once done, you can stream apps from your phone in the laptop like this. You can even press hold on an app on the phone and use the stream option to launch it on your PC. You can even launch multiple apps and everything runs smoothly, no problems there. There's even a desktop mode which gives you a desktop-like UI with all the apps in your phone. You can even mirror your phone screen on your PC. But what I find more useful is the ability to use the phone's camera as webcam, because this works everywhere, be it Teams or Google Meet. And you get the option to zoom in, you can add some studio light. Yeah, pretty handy if you want ultimate quality for video calls. Smart Connect also brings a universal clipboard, so you can copy anything on your phone, paste it on the laptop, vice versa. And this is a smart clipboard panel which keeps everything you've copied recently, which is very handy. There's also Swipe to Share that lets you transfer files between a Moto phone and the Moto Book with a simple drag and drop. It's very seamless. You also get a Share Hub where you can just drop files to share it between multiple devices easily. What's also really cool is the cross control feature, which lets you use the MotoBook's touchpad and keyboard across devices. So you can just drag the cursor from one screen to another like this, use the keyboard on your phone, very handy. And since we are talking keyboard and touchpad, the MotoBook 60 has the milder touchpad we have seen in Lenovo laptops. And while this isn't crazy big, the size is good enough and it has a smooth surface and it is pretty responsive when using multiple gestures. The keyboard also kind of stands out with this grayish hue and I like this. And there's good amount of travel, it's backlit with multiple levels and yeah, the layout is fine too. The port selection is solid as well. There's two Type-C ports with support for PD charging, data transfer, and they work as display port. You also get the HDMI port here. And on the right, there's a micro SD reader and you get two fast USB ports. And one of them is actually an always on port, so you can use it to charge your devices even when the laptop is turned off. You also get dual front-facing speakers with Dolby Atmos support, and these are actually two tweeters on each side. And yes, they don't sound very full because at the end of the day, these are laptop speakers, but they do get loud, which is still great considering most Windows laptops sound very muted. The webcam is a 1080p one, and it's actually pretty good both in terms of quality and the mics are good. And this is a Windows Hello Eye camera, and it's pretty fast when you're logging in, so pretty cool. Now, one area where the MotoBook 60 could have been slightly better is battery life. The 60-watt battery sounds good and it has fast charging support with the 65-watt USB-C charger, which by the way can also charge your phones. But maybe it's the 8 series processor because we got a battery life of around 5 hours in day-to-day usage. Look, to sum things up, if you ask me how has Motorola done with their very first laptop, I'd say Motorola has nailed it. I mean, this has some really good features at a great price. I mean, think about it, a 2.8K OLED panel and a Core 5 210H processor at 62K is pretty awesome. What I also like is how upgradable this laptop is, how well the ecosystem features work, and the fact that it's got pretty much everything spot on, especially for this price segment. Added at this design, these colors, the Moto vibe, and these make the MotoBook 60 stand out. And if you ask me, this does look like a solid option out there for people looking for a good all-round laptop under 65,000. Anyway, that's just me, but I want to know from you, what do you guys think of the MotoBook 60 around the 65K price segment? Comment down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that subscribe button. It's lonely. See you in the next one.